Welcome to Truksenvrak. As you know with the title, today we're gonna talk about Montreal yet again. So today's video is an updated video of the one that I did in 2021. I think I posted it in late 2020, but it was about 2021, about things that you needed to know if you were planning on coming to Montreal and stuff like that. And so today we're gonna talk about the same topic again. So if you wanna come to Montreal, things that you need to know, things that you need to do. It's a list of 10 things that you need to be aware of and need to know if you are planning to come to Montreal and how you need to do it. So I'm going to talk about multiple aspects to coming to Montreal, if you want to come live or if you want to come visit, and all of those good things. So if you're interested in seeing this video, keep watching. As some of you know, I've been living in Montreal for 15 years now, or close to that. And so yeah, it's been a pretty long time and I've grown up here in a lot of ways, and so I wanted to talk to you about things that you need to know if you're planning to come to live in Montreal, either about the culture or how you can come and live here if that's something that you would like to do, especially in 2022, because like things have changed a little bit from 2020 from 2021, and now it's 2022. Things have changed a little bit, and yeah, so let's get started. So number one, I think it's very important because like if you come to live here, you're gonna need to stay somewhere at a house. It's the increase of housing here. So last time I did this video, housing market was going up, but now it's sky high. So yeah, even though there has been the pandemic, there has been so many things, but housing prices are still very much a big deal here, because like lately, if it's complicated to find an apartment below a certain amount, like if you have $900, you might not be able to find a really good 2.5, which means 1 bedroom and like, you know, kitchen, living room and everything like that. That's how complicated it is. So I think to have a 1 bedroom right now, like a 2.5 in Montreal, you need close to like $1,200, $1,000 to $1,200 to basically find you a real good 3.5. And number two is that the food prices have increased, and everything is higher than it has been before. Like I don't know how to like really describe it, but you have less food for your money. So let's say you used to spend $50 a week on food. Now your $50, it doesn't give you the same amount of food that it used to give you, because the prices have gone up because of all the issues with food coming in, you know. Because of COVID, there has been a lot of delays when you want something, and that's been really costing us when it comes to pricing and stuff. Number three is that there have been a lot of restrictions due to the pandemic, and that's a big issue because right now the government is thinking about like moving all of the restrictions that they put in place, but they still haven't done so. So on February 14th, so a couple of days, you know, before you see this video, that's when the gym just opened. You know, it's kind of crazy to see that the gym opened only this week. And so yeah, the gym are open, the restaurant are open, but you have to wear your mask, you have to have your vaccination passport, and so there's a lot of other reasons like people might not like the city right now because of all of the restriction. And even I don't like it, because like let's say you have a friend that's not vaccinated, you cannot just go out and eat with them. Kind of complicated, so you need to keep that in mind if you're someone who, I mean, to come to Canada right now, you might need to be vaccinated. So that's how complex it is. So if you're coming to here, you know, get vaccinated if you want to really be able to live your life. And so yeah, it's kind of important for you to be aware of that. Number four is something like if you really want to come live in Quebec and Montreal or anywhere else in Quebec, those are the things that you need to do. If you're applying for a residence card or a visa, you need to be able to show the government that you have stable income, that you've been having a business, and that this business has been growing or something like that for a long time, or you have a degree in one of like the interesting profession that the Quebec government want. Right now it's profession that have to do with nurses, that have to do with teachers, and that have to do with engineer, and they have to do with also like technological sciences, stuff like that. And I have a list. I'll put it on the picture so you can see the list that the government just decided to finance for people who are studying those things. So if you are someone living elsewhere who already studied those things, coming here might be really much gonna be way easier for you if you have those degrees and those fields. So if you're thinking of coming here, and maybe if you want thinking of like becoming a student here, if you apply for this field, it might be easier also to get in, since the government really want people who have the skills to come here to be here. And so I disagree with this policy. I'm not gonna talk about politics here, but like I kind of disagree with that because I feel like it's undervalue all of the other profession that still need people to do those type of jobs. But if you're thinking of coming here, it's about you and what you want to be able to do here. And so I'm just telling you what the government is looking for. Number 5 is that if you come to Montreal, you feel like people are very proud to be Montrealers, but they are also very proud to be Quebecers or Quebecois in French. And so it's a really different relationship that they have to the Canadian government or to the other province and everything. So they are very proud of their heritage, very proud of their history, and so it's something that's a little bit different, I think, from the rest of Canada. And speaking French, number 6 is clearly an advantage. Last time I said speaking both languages, you needed both to come here. That was true because like I feel like as someone who speaks French, and French, yeah, the primary language I guess I speak at work because I work in the city. And there's a lot of time there's people who came to my work that speak English, and I'm one of my co-workers who's a little bit more familiar with English. Everybody can speak it, I'm not saying they cannot, but there's a different level to understanding of the language and stuff like that. And so it's very important the fact that you speak English if you want to do like services jobs. That's all I said. But if you just speak French, that's good too, you're gonna be able to work, but they might ask you if you want some other type of job, they might ask you for that. That's as a requirement, so keep that in mind. I'm not saying you in Montreal specifically, if you're doing services jobs, stuff like that, English is something that it's an add-on. So if you need to speak French to be able to come here, or you need to be willing to learn French. And I did say that in my other video if you want to go check out all of the other things that I mentioned about Montreal, the life here and stuff. Number 7 is that if you're coming here as someone who already have the degrees, you need to make sure that the government of Canada recognize your degree and that they will allow you to use it here. You could have the equivalent for it, and so it's very important. If not, you might have like a good degree from like France or whatever, and when you come here to Canada, your degree is not recognized, and so you won't be able to work with it. So that's kind of very important for you to make sure that your degree is working in Montreal. Number 8 is that healthcare is free here. I think I mentioned this in the other video. It's free to the point of service, but if you're working, you do pay insurance also for like your medication. So you have an amount of your income that goes to for stuff like that. So let's say I'm working at a job and everything, they will take a cut for me to be insured at the company. And so whenever I go to like the pharmacy to get some medication, or if I go to the doctor, to the dentist, somewhere like that, they will ask me for my medical card, for my medical insurance. And so if you don't have if you're not working, then the insurance, like the Canadian insurance, cover everything. But if you are working, then you do have your own insurance that you do give. Even though if you don't have it, you will still get, you know, free healthcare. That's why the healthcare is free. I don't think I explained it well in the last video, and so I'll make sure that you understand it better. Number 9 is that if you're coming here, like I said in my other video, you don't need to have a car. You can use public transport because they are very inexpensive and it's very common and they go everywhere. But one thing that I didn't mention is that cycling is something that's very common in Montreal also, and there's a lot of like piste cyclable, we call them, cycling like spaces reserved for cycling. And so if you want to take your bicycle or stuff like that, it's gonna be very simple and very easy for you to go to work on your bicycle or to go to school on your bicycle, depending on where you go to school. And so I think it's very important for you to know that. Number 10 is that if you don't like the really cold weather, Montreal might not be the city for you. Like, I've talked about this before, but it's kind of very important to repeat. Montreal is pretty cold in the winter right now, especially we're in February. It's one of the coldest months ever, and so be aware of that. And yeah, I think that's all about it. So if you're coming to Montreal, make sure you buy, like, if you're coming during the winter, make sure you buy a really nice coat. a really, I said nice coat, a really like good coat where you're gonna really be warm. Buy boots and coat if you're coming to Montreal in the winter. Kind of important if you're coming to Canada for the first time. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the things that I mentioned, the top 10 things that I mentioned that you need to know about Montreal in 2022. Let me know if I missed something, and yeah, see you in the next one, guys.